everyone, today I'm going to read chapter number 10, India, a diverse country, from the book Frank Primary Social Studies for Class 5 ICSE. Now let's get started with the chapter reading. India, a diverse country. Taking off. Study the map given below and answer the questions that follow. Just have a look at the map. You can see India and its neighboring countries: Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, China, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Name the neighboring countries of India. List the capitals of the neighboring countries of India marked in the map. Name the water bodies surrounding India and its neighbors. Answer to the first question is: the neighboring countries of India are Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, China, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. So for the second answer, you can see the capitals marked in this map. And for the third answer, the water bodies are Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. Now moving further, let's study about India. India is a vast country. It is located in the southern part of the continent of Asia. India is the 7th largest country in the world. India is bounded by the Indian Ocean in the south, the Arabian Sea on the southwest, and the Bay of Bengal on the southeast. It extends from the snow-capped mountains of the Himalayas in the north to the tropical forests in the south and the Thar Desert in the west to the heavily forested areas in the northeast. India measures 3,214 km from north to south and 2,933 km from west to east. You can have a look and locate India in the continent of Asia, and there it goes. Now let's move on to the next page where we will be studying, let's see what? Climate of India. Let's study climate of India. India is a vast country with varied natural features. Therefore, India experiences a variety of climate which range from hot and humid to cold and dry. Some of the factors which affect the climate of India are as follows. Please children, make a note, this is very important. Number 1 is relief features. Number 2 is altitude. 3 is latitude. 4 is closeness to the sea. 5 is direction of wind. Last is precipitation. The mountainous region of North India remains cold throughout the year. North India experiences hot summers and cold winters. The coastal areas experience little variation in temperature because of their proximity to the sea. Proximity means closeness or nearness to the sea. Most of southern India remains warm throughout the year because of its location near the equator. Is it clear? And proximity to the sea again. However, places of higher altitude such as the hill stations of Kodaikanal and Ooty experience cooler climate. So this diagram shows factors affecting the climate of India. There are rivers and lakes, snow and ice, volcanic gases, ocean currents, clouds and solar energy. Now let's move on to seasons of India. In India, we experience 3 main seasons, namely summer or the hot season, winter or the cold season, monsoon or the rainy season. Now let's study these seasons in detail. So let's turn over the page. So the first season is the summer season. Summer in India extends from approximately April to May or June. Temperatures in most parts of north, that is northwest and central India, range between 40 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. In some parts of Rajasthan, the temperature goes beyond 45 degrees Celsius. That is very hot. Dust storms and hot dry winds called Loo sweep across northwest India and the northern plains during the summer season. In South India, the temperature remains around 35 degrees Celsius, but the humidity is much higher. You can see the picture of summer season. Okay. Now let's move on to the winter season. Winter starts from early December and continues till March. Temperature ranges from below freezing point in the Himalayan region to between 10 degrees Celsius and 15 degrees Celsius in the northern plains. December and January are the coldest months. Winter season is generally cold and dry in most parts of India. South India experiences a moderate winter season. Various hill stations in the Western Ghats, including parts of the Nilgiris range, can fall below the freezing temperature during winter. Here is a picture of the winter season. Now let's move on to the monsoon season. This season extends from July to September. In India, the southwest monsoon winds blow from the Arabian Sea and move up the coastal side of the Western Ghats. They bring rain to the western coast of India by June. By mid-July, most parts of India receive rainfall from the southwest monsoon winds. The northeast monsoon winds affect the eastern coast, bringing rainfall to this region for a short period between November and December. Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu receive rainfall from the northeast monsoon winds. Here is a picture of the rainy season. Now let's move further. Next comes the natural vegetation of India. All flora that make up the plant life of an area is known as vegetation. Is it clear? So flora refers to plants that grow in particular region and vegetation is referring to the plant life. Now let's move further. Climate is an important factor that determines the vegetation of a region. Altitude, rainfall and soil are the other primary determinants of vegetation of any area. India, being a vast country, experiences different types of climate. As the climate alters from one part of India to the other, so does the vegetation. Different types of vegetation found in India can be broadly divided into the following categories. First is the tropical evergreen forests. You can look at the picture. Tropical evergreen vegetation is found in areas which receive over 200 cm of rainfall. The trees in these forests do not shed all their leaves at the same time. This is because they use the subsoil water during the dry season. These forests have dense growth. They are located in the northeastern part of India, Western Ghats, Terai areas of the Himalayas and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The important trees of tropical evergreen forests are bamboo, rubber, mahogany, ebony and rosewood. This is important, children. Make a note. Next is deciduous or monsoon forests. Deciduous or monsoon forests are located in areas with 100 to 200 cm of rainfall, such as Bihar, Jharkhand, Assam, West Bengal, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Some of the trees of this region are teak, sal, mango, shisham, neem and sandalwood. Please children make a note, this is important. These trees shed all their leaves at once during the dry season and grow new leaves during the spring season. Now next is thorn and scrub forests. Thorn and scrub forests occur in areas which receive 50 cm to 100 cm of rainfall. They are found in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab, parts of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. The trees of these forests are dwarf deciduous trees, thorny bushes, cacti and date palms. Please make a note, children. They have long fleshy stems and thick leaves to store water. The trees of these forests are adapted to survive in dry climatic conditions with little rainfall. You can look at the picture given here, thorn and scrub forests. Now moving further, we have mountain vegetation or montane forests. Mountain vegetation or montane forest vegetation varies according to altitude and rainfall. Sal and bamboo dominate the foothills of the Himalayas up to a height of 1500 meters. Coniferous trees such as pine, cedar, and silver fir are found between 1500 meters and 3300 meters. Juniper, pine, fir, and rhododendrons are the main trees found in the alpine forests, which are above 3300 meters. Please make a note, children, of all these kind of trees that are found in this area. Scrubs and alpine grasses can be found up to the snow fields. India's rich and varied vegetation has been exploited recklessly. Forests have been denuded to make way for agriculture, settlements, furniture, and woodcraft. Trees take a long time to grow to maturity. Therefore, it is important for us to preserve our forests. Remember, wildlife also gets severely affected when forests are cut down. Let us take a pledge to plant and take care of at least one tree every year. Now in this picture you can see the mountain vegetation or montane forest. And that is the end of the chapter. Now let's discuss the vocabulary of the chapter. First is denuded, means removal of a naturally occurring cover. Proximity, closeness of something to another thing, especially in distance or time. Reckless, not thinking about the possible bad effects of an action. Severely means very seriously. Let's have a quick recap of the chapter now. India, a diverse country. We have read this chapter and covered these topics: location and extent, neighboring countries, climate, natural vegetation. But we have discussed climate and natural vegetation in detail. Climate includes summer season, winter season, and rainy season. And natural vegetation included tropical evergreen, deciduous, thorn and scrub, and montane. Now let's do the back exercise on the page number 69, the match the following and fill in the blanks. Match the following: rosewood, tropical evergreen forests; rhododendrons, montane forests; cactus, thorn and scrub forests; teak, deciduous forest. Fill in the blanks. A water body called the Indian Ocean lies on the southern boundary of India. Number 2. Pakistan and China are neighbors of India. Number 3. India measures 3,214 km from north to south and 2,933 km from east to west. The Himalayan region of North India remains cold throughout the year. Number 5. January and December are the coldest months in our country. I hope you liked the video, children. Do not forget to like, subscribe and share our channel Smart Kids Wonder. Thank you, children. Happy learning.